again, Ben, Spirited Drives, Unreliable Cars. Thought I'd do a quick checkup on what we got going on today. We're running out of summer, trying to catch up on little projects around here. My yard's kind of a mess. And on cue, by the way, I have an uncanny knack. When I start filming, guaranteed that's when a helicopter or an airplane will fly over. Happens every single time. It is amazing. Ben Compton can summon helicopters and loud airplanes. All I have to do is hit the video button. Okay, so anyway, had a great time filming out at Dale Schuster's yesterday. I haven't started editing the video yet. I'm a busy guy, but I'm looking forward to doing it. And again, that was a blast. That guy is a really cool guy. He's got some really neat toys, so I'm anxious to somehow shoehorn in the time to get that video banged out so you folks can see what a great time we had. So I'm in the backyard again, forgive the mess. We work all the way until it gets dark and then run inside, so we're gonna have to do a little cleanup here, I think, today. But so last night, I wasn't planning on doing it, but I got started and I couldn't stop. I was stuffing a radiator in Rick. Rick is our 1995 Ford F-150. Nothing special. Most of you would go, yeah, so what? And I get it. To me, he is special. It's just a 1995 Ford with the 306 two-wheel drive, 4-speed. I am a nut for the 306. They're slow, but you can put a million miles on them. UPS ran the 306 in their vans for decades for that reason. You could literally stack up 500,000 miles with regular oil changes. A good buddy of mine bought one about the same gen as mine, brand new, and when he sold it, this is up in Alaska, it had 720,000 miles on it. It was still running. I mean, little things, you know, door handles and hinges on the glove box. I mean, little stuff like that. I think he'd done the water pump. I think he'd done the alternator, but he'd never gone into the lower end. 720,000, he sold it, got a new truck, and last we saw, that truck was still bombing around. So anyway, it's an old man truck. I got a thing for it. This one's kind of different. Again, not enough to make it, you know, if I were to sell it, which I never will, I would never advertise it as unique and one of a kind and special and expect to get any more money out of it. I wouldn't, but it's interesting in that most of these manual transmission 306 Fords were basic. You know, the just the mats on the floor, no radio or just an AM FM, simple bucket seats. Yeah, they were work trucks. They're made to be abused, used, and tossed. This one is an XLT with all the fancy carpeting and the air conditioning and the electric windows. They didn't make a whole lot of those. In fact, if I'm not done with my research, but it looks like that might have even been a special order thing to come like that. So I got it from an old man down in Portland that it was almost the exact same color as his big RV. This was an RV truck that he pulled around behind his big RV. And in fact, when I went and looked at it, it still had the RV tow thing on the bumper. He had to take it off when I bought it. He had it carefully documented, so the truck had like 74,000 miles on it when I bought it. But the time he had actually been driving it, he had this little log that he kept in his RV. I wish I would have got a copy of it. That the truck had 22,000, if I remember right, actual driving miles on it. And like I said, you can put a gazillion miles on these. And the thing was beautiful when I bought it. Paint on it, it's got the typical 90s peel going on the clear coat. And then I jackknifed. I got stuck on some mud two-wheel drive and jackknifed my trailer backing it up and put a slight crinkle on one of the rear fenders. Dang it. So anyway, I'll get it addressed. I got all these fun toys. I got my Minis and my MG and my Thunderbird, and yeah, this old boy is definitely one of my favorites. So anyway, stuffed a radiator in it. It was leaking out of the plug. There's a plug on the radiator. If you have an automatic transmission, a hose goes to it. This one doesn't, so they just have like a little cap on it, and it was weeping out the cap. I probably could have looked at the cap, maybe figured out a way to seal it, but the radiator on this, it's got an oversized radiator, and even so, they're not expensive. It was like 140 lousy bucks. So stuffed a radiator in it last night. Didn't check to see how much coolant I got. I only had a gallon, so gonna run into town today, pick up 4 gallons or so of antifreeze, and then Glenny's big giant Chevy a big old 496 in it. Typical Chevy, only one of the driving lights works. Neither one of the fog lights works. So I'm going to go pick up a handful of bulbs while I'm there for that. And then I picked up, for my 67 Austin Mini, I picked up a set of rims like I had on it before. Remember, this is the Mini that I sold and then bought back. And when I sold it, it had these rims on it called Cosmics. English car guys will know what they are. And in between me selling it and getting it back, somebody put these other rims on it. They're not bad looking, but you know, I missed the Cosmics. So anyway, I picked up a set of Cosmics, and just like my old ones, I tried color matching it to the car. Did it in the fall at night when it was wet outside, and they came out like crap. And then I just like, heck with it, I'll dress it in the spring, threw them in the shed. So anyway, Glennie has more patience than I do. She's been working on these things for about a week, and I think she's got them ready to go. Certainly look a lot better than when I did it. So rims and tires, I'm gonna go get that mounted up today, and hopefully I can get those slammed on Humphrey today. Get it back to the look that I like. And then finally, I picked up a car trailer last fall, and just flat deck trailer. I've always had car trailers with ramps, and when you have cars that sit really low, MGBs, Minis, ramps are a pain in the butt. So a good friend of ours, James Thompson, A-Series Northwest, he's always towing Minis. I looked at the setup he had, and I was like, that's sweet. So I more or less copied his design. It's not the same brand of trailer, and mine's a 14-foot, his is a 12-foot. So I picked up this trailer again last fall, and brand new. I haven't even had a car on it. It just sat all winter outside. Oof, not a wood deck, that's not good. So here the other day, I tossed a bunch of stain on it. It's been nice and dry and hot, good time to do it. And then I put these tracks, these tie-down tracks on it. It's just so much better. Again, I watched James load Minis up, and with those tracks, you're lashing it down over the tires. So the suspension is free to do what it wants. If you've ever lashed a car down by going over the suspension, then you know that as you're driving down the highway and the car's bouncing up and down, things get loose. You can rip your straps. Whereas if it's over the wheels, which is what these will allow me to do, the wheels are held down tight. The car can bounce all at once. Much better. And again, because it's a tilt trailer instead of ramps, I don't have to worry about trying to clear the apex between the ramps and the trailer anymore. So all ready to go, and I need it because we've got a big event coming up in Idaho in a month, and I'm going to tow my Mini over there. It's 600 and some odd miles, and I'm taking my really slow Mini. I'm not driving it that far when it can't hardly get out of its own way. That's the 67 that I'm putting those rims on. So I got that all ready to go. Car projects. I still gotta see why I have a slight exhaust rattle on the Thunderbird. I have to see why I have a slight exhaust rattle on the Mercedes, which ticks me off. That exhaust is not even a year old yet. It's already got a rattle. And a bunch of other things I'm not thinking of. See how much I can get done before the crappy weather comes in. We're supposed to start getting rain this coming Friday. It won't be our fall rain. It's still a little early for that. It's supposed to be like in the 70s, but raining, so it's kind of it's a sign. It means we got to start getting projects done as far as we can and batten down the hatches and get ready for the not so fun weather in Washington State. Oh, by the way, here's one of my projects you haven't seen. Look at my beautiful late 1800s hay rake. I'm gonna restore that. No, I'm not. It's my yard decoration, but it's gone with us everywhere we've gone, except Alaska. So yeah, look at that. You get to see my yard art. Anyway, that's what's going on over here at the Compton compound. So waiting for Glennie to go get ready so we can go into town and do a bunch of errands. Yay, errands. Spirited Drives Unreliable Cars. I hope everybody else is getting their projects done and maybe doing better than we are at getting them actually finished. All right, folks, take a look pretty soon for that video we shot out at Dale's. I'm really excited about it. Bye.